Hey guys, welcome back to Lily's Outdoor Adventures. Everyone's been asking for my wild mushroom chowder, so we went and got some chanterelles today, and I'm going to show you guys kind of how I do my chowder. There's not so much a recipe to it. It's more of just something I've made a bunch of times, and I just kind of whip it up from whatever I can kind of find in my house to make it taste good and give it flavor and all that good stuff. So the first things first is you gotta start by sauteing some stuff. So we got a chunk of butter here. Let's go get it going in our pan. All right. How's everyone's day going? Mine's going good. It's my daughter's birthday. This is all she wants is my wild mushroom chowder. They're already getting bigger, guys. Woohoo! Good chanterelles. So I don't have any lobsters. Usually I do lobster mushrooms and chanterelles. Today we're just going to do chanterelles because I don't have the lobster mushrooms. Oh, no mushroom left behind. I'll rinse it off. I like there to be bigger and little chunks though. There's no real science to this. I just kind of do what I do, like I cook everything. Definitely try to at least have each mushroom cut a little. Like I said, there's not really a recipe. I just kind of use stuff. Usually there's cheese in it. Usually there's bacon in it. Some kind of wild mushrooms, whether it's chanterelles or lobsters or whatnot. It always gets eaten, I'll tell you that right now. Always onion in it. I love my onion. Alright, how's this doing? Okay, so we're gonna turn that down a wee bit. Okay, let me grab some. Cameraman's doing horrible today, which is me. So, 1 medium onion into your butter. Get that going. Normally I do fresh garlic during this stage, but I don't have fresh garlic right now, so we're going to use this minced garlic. Put quite a bit of that in there. Flavor. Oh my gosh, you guys remember that silly show called Flavor Flav? It was so cheesy. Alright, so we got our garlic, got our onion going. Already smells amazing, and we've barely done anything. Okay. Add a little bit of pepper. I'm running out of pepper. Okay, here, we'll do this. Maybe not. Ooh, this seasoning might be good. See what I mean? I use what I got. Like this was Montreal steak seasoning I threw in there. Okay. And while that's sauteing down, now is a good time to toss in your chanterelles. Okay, get those in there. And then at this point what I like to do, because they're full of a lot of water, I like to cover it. And then, because you save your bacon grease from your bacon, I always like to add a little bit of bacon grease to this part. And it'll kind of just give it a little extra bacony flavor. We're going to make a broth. So I always cheat with, again, whatever I can find. So today it's going to be a couple chicken bouillon cubes. Boop. And I'm going to use a beef ramen packet. because I did this last time and the beef flavor was really good. And then we're gonna do some hot water. So it kind of gets all that broke down and it just turns into a nice broth for our soup. You're gonna need a bay leaf. All right, we got our mushrooms going good. Got our onions. All that moisture's coming out of our mushrooms. Okay. Let that keep sauteing down. I'm excited. Roar's gonna be excited. So while we're doing that, you're gonna have this mug. This is gonna be our thickener. You have this mug with flour in it. So you're gonna turn on your hot water again, and you're gonna mix, 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 mix. This is what I do for my Thanksgiving gravy too. For my turkey gravy, this is my thickener. It's just flour and water. And then you go and you stir around. You make sure that there's no like chunks and stuff in it, because that'll ruin you. Then you have your thickener ready and your milk ready for later. We're not quite there yet. Alright, we're still cooking down our mushrooms, still cooking down our onion. Okay, turn that up a wee bit. These are ready to get kind of crispy. And then she wanted my homemade blackberry cobbler. I caught it. Ooh. So I made her blackberry cobbler and we'll have vanilla ice cream later. Okay, next step. We got all that sauteed down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our liquid. So you're going to take that liquid we made earlier and we're going to dump that in there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your taters that you've already chopped up earlier and peeled. So it's like 4 decent sized potatoes. No potato left behind. So with the potatoes, to keep them from getting pink and stuff, you can put them in water, like cold water, and then they won't get pink. And then they'll just be ready for you whenever you're ready. Alright, so now we got our taters, we got our bay leaf, we got our mushrooms, all that good stuff. Now what we need to add to it really quick before we boil it, because pretty much these are going to boil until they're soft. About 10-15 minutes. But really quick, we're going to add to it our bacon so it has time to soften up from it being crispy and incorporate into the liquids and the taters and all that good stuff. And then we will fish out our bay leaves later. They're just in there for flavor right now. Alright guys, we're going to let this cook for about 15 minutes. I will see you soon, and cover it. Alright guys, so I'm going to check on my taters and see if they're tender and all that good stuff. They should be by now. And if we see our bay leaves, which usually they float to the top, they're just hiding right here. You get those out and dispose of them. They're just for flavor. Alright. Check a tater. See if it's tender. Yep, it's tender. Alright. Now, I'm a mess. You got this. You got your potatoes in there. They're all nice and perfect. Then what you're going to do is you're going to come in with your milk. I just put a bunch. I don't know. Just dump some milk in there. Then I add some Johnnies. Add some garlic salt. Hopefully some pepper if I find some. And we'll get this boiling. Okay, so right now it's very thin. guys in here a little bit more. So right now it's super, super thin, but you have your bacon, you have your potatoes, you have your mushrooms, and all that good stuff in there. So you'll get it going to another boil. Let's get this lid on there to trap some heat. Got some green onion to throw on there after it's all done. And then you'll be putting on some shredded cheese when it's all done too. Now it's just playing with it, adding the seasonings that you like and all that good stuff to get it to be to taste. So like I said, there's not really a recipe. This is just something I've made for years, and this is how I make it. Alright. So now you got your thickener you made earlier with your flour and your water. Dump that in there. And as it boils, it should get nice and thick. And if it doesn't, you can always make more. True story. My daughters love this soup. Every time I make it. Like I said, it's more of a chowder. It's almost my clam chowder, but with mushrooms I get in the woods instead. Okay. See how nice and thick it's already getting compared to what it was? And I still might add a little more thickener to it. Okay. Flour, a little bit of hot water. It was a pretty thin thickener too, so I had a feeling that I would have to add some extra. Add a little extra. It's fine. Everything's fine. Now I'm going to grab a spoon and taste this a little bit before I add anything else. Just in case it's already salty or whatnot. It needs more stuff. Add that chicken bouillon cube, which I broke up instead of letting it dissolve, so I don't wait for it. Definitely more Johnny's, more garlic salt. I like this pot, nothing sticks to the bottom of it. Not too shabby. Okay. Then we're gonna add a lot of cheese, like half of this bag of cheese, because that's what really gives it that yumminess at the end there. Okay. Guys, it's cheesy, it's thick, it's hearty, makes your tummy feel good. It's weird to have it in the summer. Usually this is a fall thing, but we already have chanterelles. And then, to top it off, after you already added your cheese, you're going to go in with some fresh green onions from my garden. Just add all those in there, mix those in, and you're ready to serve it. It's super, super, super good. They love it. Those green onions add a little bit of color. This is what the birthday girl wanted, so she'll be happy. And then to each plate, you can, or to each bowl, you add a little bit of cheese on top of it, fresh cheese, but that's all there is to it, guys, to make my wild mushroom chowder. Alright, this is what it looks like. This is the finished product. Nice and thick. It's all about that flour and water thickener, I'm telling you. Alright guys, until next time, this was Lily's Outdoor Adventures. Follow me for just good home cooking. There's not really recipes here. We just kind of whip stuff together. Alright guys, I love you. Have a good evening. Thanks for watching my channel. Until next time. Bye guys.